Hello everybody, my name is Cirque and welcome back to the Castaways server. I've been doing quite a bit of work on the mob farm during some live streams, and we'll go take a look at that in a little bit. But first I have a project that I want to get done, that I've wanted to do for a while. So we got to head over to here to Kamikaze's area. That's Kamikaze Canadian's windmill there with his big wheat field and his cool floating islands. It's turning out pretty cool. Those islands turned out really well. I'm excited to see what he does with those. Make sure to go check out his videos to see his stuff, see what he's working on. But if you followed me for a while, you might have seen that Kamikaze and I were usually neighbors when we play on a server together. Night Owl Season 1 we were neighbors. Night Owl Season 2 we were neighbors. We were neighbors in Night Owl, or the Flight of the Owls pack, maybe even in another mod pack. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure we've been neighbors multiple times. And here on Castaways, he's decided to break that chain, and I can't stand for that. He's way on the other side of the island, so we have to build something over right next to him. And what we're gonna build is, of course, a beautiful lighthouse. You know, that will go beautifully right here. We got this nice bay. We gotta make sure we warn incoming ships of the land here. So that's what we're gonna get going on today, and I think he's gonna really like the block choices I've come up with for this. So we are gonna go with one of his favorite woods, jungle wood. Definitely one of his favorites. If you don't know that about him, obviously you're not a big enough fan. And also, one of his favorite colors is yellow, so we're gonna go with some yellow stained clay, and then we have some spruce to just kind of go with the jungle wood nicely. See, I'll probably need some of the stone. Got some yellow yellow glass. Got some pumpkins because we're gonna need some jack-o'-lanterns because that is definitely his favorite light source. So I'm going to get building on this, start trying to plan it where it needs to go, and then we'll get this thing going here. Well, the sun is setting again. This is the second day that I've been working on this, and we're making some good progress, I'd say. And I'm trying to do this without having to go down at all. So I have quite a few materials on me. I brought a crafting bench. I even brought a bed so we can sleep here and make it day, so we don't have any monsters spawning around, just in case I do fall down, or we don't have any like skeletons trying to snipe us down. That'd be very mean. But yeah, I've built this. I built this lighthouse. Well, in survival, I built this is the third time, but I've done this, I guess, 3 more times in creative as well, when I was planning out these builds. So I think I've got it down pretty well. It seems to be going pretty smoothly. I've made a couple of mistakes, but not too bad. But yeah, what do you guys think of these wonderful block choices? I was actually going to make this a lot worse. I mean, better, of course. No, but yes, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make a very beautiful build for our friend, because we know that he's going to love it. That's why we chose these blocks. I was going to make it out of birch, though, because, you know, Kamikaze just loves his birch logs. I think everyone loves their birch logs. It's just a beautiful log. But it was, oh man, that log is just terrible. The birch log, you can't, it's not like any other log. You cannot use it like you use every other log, you know, as like these posts and pillars. It doesn't work. It does not work at all. It's just ugly. But yeah, so we're almost to where we're gonna have the platform going all around. Getting there pretty closely, so I'm gonna keep working on this and should be done in no time. And the sun is setting on our 3rd day, but I almost have this done, so I think I'm going to not sleep the night so that we can get a good look at it in the daytime. Let's see what comes next. I think it's this. Almost to the point here. And then it's that. And then, does this go up one more? Yeah, it goes up one more. Got some fences. Oh, I'm gonna have to make some more fences. Dang it. So close. Let's do this and get some sticks. I only need 2 more fences, I guess. So let's just do this. Whoop, I made 6. Okay, that's fine. I only meant to click once, but for some reason I just habit took over and I had to click it twice. Clicky, clicky. Alright. And then 1, 2, and boom. Alright, that's all done. Let's hop down. Just hop into the water. Oh, God. That's not the water. I kind of fell off without jumping. So there she is. I still gotta put a door in it. And I'm not gonna do much to the interior. I think I'm just gonna put maybe a platform up there and then a ladder up to it. But look at that beautiful lighthouse. It's so yellow and jungle woody. Honestly, it doesn't look terrible. I don't hate it. I definitely would change that to what I would normally do, which would be clear glass and the sea lanterns. But I kind of like the yellow with the jungle wood and the spruce. That was part of it. Like, I wanted to do blocks that Kamikaze hates. I mean, definitely loves. But I also wanted it to at least look decent as well. Which is why I couldn't go with the birch wood, because it would have looked terrible. Which would have been funny, but it just... I want it to look nice, even though it maybe isn't something that he would like. I mean, he will definitely love this. And we're going to get a little bit of a frame drop here, but I just had to show it too with the shaders. It doesn't really look much like anything now. It's all just black and white. But that part looks better. It's just like this nice yellow kind of fluorescent light. Or not fluorescent, incandescent light. It's very nice. I like it. I hope that Kami likes it very much. This is a wonderful little build. Let's take one last look at this beautiful thing. And of course, you know, whenever you give a gift to someone on a server, you gotta leave them a sign. So we have a little sign here that says, you can consider us neighbors once again. All is right in the Minecraft world. Hope you enjoy the sight of my beautiful new lighthouse. Heart, Cirque. So great. I just put a little pathway of jungle wood, a little floor in here, ladder going up top. And put some doors on to finish this thing up. These beautiful jungle doors. Oh yes, he's gonna love the sight of this from his house. It's gonna be. I can't wait to see his reaction. He's gonna love it. There'll be tears of joy. All right. So, anyways, now we can move on to the mob farm. We can go check that out. See how far we've gotten on that. And the progress we have made. So I decided to move ahead with putting the mob farm on this island here. We're going to go with the volcano idea, as I talked about at the end of the last episode. And we've gotten quite a bit of work done. I did some work with Kamikaze during a couple of different live streams. And the thing is almost working. I still have a few more redstone-y things to do. But it is pretty close to being done. I should be able to finish it up pretty quickly. So this mob farm design, it's a pretty basic one, and it's the same one that I used in Underground. So if you watched that series, you may have seen this already. But it's basically just a bunch of platforms that mobs will spawn on, and then there will be water that will flow out every once in a while and push the mobs towards the center, where they will fall down onto those hoppers and die. And I think we have 16 levels here. Which is quite a bit. We should hopefully get quite a bit of mob spawns in here. This type of design has been used, you know, quite a bit. But I did change it up a little bit. Basically just changed up how the redstone worked. Most of the time, in the past at least, people would use just pistons here with blocks on top to block out water. Or maybe you use a bunch of dispensers. Then you'd have to fire every single one of those individually. But with the use of slime blocks, I've been able to cut down the number of pistons and redstone that I need. So we have 12 slime blocks going along here. That's the max that you can move with one piston. And then a piston here that will push them up. There will be water in this little area behind. So, you know, in the default state, this piston will be raised up. It'll block the water, and then the piston will go down, water will flow out, push the mobs towards the center, and then it will block up the water again. And the way that I have this all triggered is I have these towers of slime blocks and pistons and redstone blocks to power everything. So let's actually go get a redstone. I can show that off. Okay, if we go in here at one of the bottom levels and go down here, we got this tower going up. And all we have to do is power this piston here. It'll push all these blocks up. All the redstone blocks will hit the, or power the pistons. And we'll have slime blocks going up. And that will trigger every other one. So that one's not triggered, but this one is. And then stay on the ladder. And then that one's triggered and so on. To trigger the other side, or the other ones, we have to go over to this side. And the reason why we have that is we have the pistons offset. Actually, these whole platforms are offset. So you can see there, this whole trench here is 13 wide, but these platforms are only 12 wide. And they kind of, you know, one is to that wall and then one is over to that wall. And the reason for that is because of these pistons and these slime blocks. The piston above here is right there. And so if we had these directly on top of each other, there would be a slime block here, and then that would attach to that piston. So we wouldn't be able to do that. It would mess up the whole thing. So this is instead what we got going on. It just offsets. And so we have half the pistons getting activated on that side, half on that side. And then all I have to do is hook up a timer to both of those towers, and I already have that kind of designed out over on Underground, and I have like all the timings set up pretty much, so that will be basically just copying and pasting. And then down here, this is where the mobs will fall. And my idea for this, since we're going to be in the middle of a volcano, or it's supposed to be, I'm going to put like yellow and orange glass maybe going all the way up to where the bottom platform is. And I'm going to dig this whole room basically up to there. So we'll have this big, tall cavern. And then in the middle here, where the mobs are going to drop onto the hoppers, we're going to have a pool of lava. And then you'll be able to walk around the outside here, which is where the item collection will be. And there's 10 different drops that you can get from all the mobs. So we have 10 chests over here and 10 chests over there, so we can have 2 columns for each drop. So yeah, that's basically what we got going on. I still need to set up all of the sorting things. Obviously we have hoppers going this way. That's where all the items will be brought. And then I'm going to send them upwards with droppers. And then I'll have a water channel with ice that will send them across here. Items will get sorted out over here, and then the rest will get brought around over to that side and then sorted out on that side as well. So we've gotten quite a bit of work done. It's definitely, it's getting there, at least functionality wise. It's almost working. I just have to make the timer and then get the item sorting done. And then this thing, we can turn it on and start collecting some resources as we, you know, make it look pretty. And we got the mob farm done. Well, by done, I mean functioning. And by functioning, I mean functioning but not optimized. We did get a witch there. That's cool. It's the first one I've seen. Obviously, we didn't get a lot of mobs dropping there, but it does work. Sort of, yes. There's still a lot of caves around that we gotta light up to make this thing more efficient. Did I just hear, is that the water cone? Nope, not yet. That was the halfway mark. So we got all the levels here with all the slime blocks, and the water is in behind the slime blocks. Not seeing any mobs here. It might be too close at the moment. Kind of moving through here. Sort of screwing up the spawns. Oh, there's a skeleton. Let's stay down. And pretty soon here, we should be getting some water. There we go. So after a certain amount of time, the water will flow. All the mobs will fall down. Looks like it might have just been that skeleton that time. And then the water stays on for long enough so that if a mob is way at the edge there, they'll get pushed all the way over here. And then they fall to their death, for the most part. Whoa, I guess I also fall to my death. Luckily, I had my spawn set here, so we can go get our stuff. Although it is getting picked up by hoppers. That might be a mess. At least it should be okay. I think I have it set up so that the last chest in here is just basically an overflow chest. It'll pick up everything extra, so we should be getting all of our stuff in here eventually. But yeah, we got all of the sorting things done. Maybe we can hop up here and see all my stuff fly down. Maybe. If it actually works. Where are you, stuff? Oh, yep, there's my stuff. Oh, is it getting stuck? What's going on here? I saw some things get stuck. I know they changed something with the hoppers, where items, if they're in the middle of this water stream, they will, they'll kind of get stuck in the hopper. They'll actually like sink down and they won't be able to move. I think what I was seeing though might have just been the items slowing down on the hoppers though. Look at all my stuff go. But yeah, so all of the items, they get picked up by the hoppers, get sent down that hopper chain. There's a dropper elevator back there somewhere. You can hear it activating right now. The dropper just sends items up here, which, by the way, I should cover that because items could potentially land up here. It's unlikely, but they could do that. And then they get whisked away. All the way across the room, we got 3 chests on 3 different sides. So we have the skeleton, spider, and zombie drops over here with the arrows, bones, rotten flesh, and string. And then on this side we have witch drops. So we have spider eyes, which you only get from witches in this farm. You have to kill spiders with your own hand to get the spider eyes from them. So we get spider eyes from witches, glass bottles, sticks from the witches. And then over here is all the powders, which are mostly from witches. That one, I think, is supposed to be sugar, glowstone. Obviously, witches are very rare, so we're not going to get a lot of this stuff. Redstone, most of that I just had put in when I was testing the sorting. And then there's all my stuff, and the gunpowder, which is one of the main things that we need at the moment. In fact, maybe I'll take this, and maybe we can make some fireworks soon. I don't know if we'll do it today, but maybe soon. But yeah, so we'll get gunpowder from the witches, but mostly the creepers. Yeah, so now I guess the next step, I gotta dig out this big room. I want to dig this whole area up until the first platform. Right below that, make a big cavern here. We're gonna have lava around here. I think I already talked about this. Make it like a big volcano. I have to use lots of magma blocks, which might be kind of an issue because we need... magma cream. Yes, we need magma cream for that. And I have the slime blocks, or at least I can get them from my slime farm, but we don't have a blaze farm to get the blaze powder. So maybe that will be our next project. Who knows? Not necessarily next project, but it might be coming up. I've already found a blaze farm that I'd like to use. I was looking for one earlier. So the last thing I want to do in this episode is I want to play around with these bone blocks. I think I figured out a way to incorporate them into the village. That should look pretty nice. They're a pretty nice block, a nice white block, and I think they're going to add some nice highlights to these buildings. So I'm going to get to work on that, put these in, and then we'll take a look at what it looks like. And there we go. What do you think? There's not much on there. But I went around to every house, and what I did was I took all of the light colored clays, or the lighter colored clays, and replaced them with the bone blocks. So for these blue houses, I took out the light blue and I replaced them with bone blocks. This purple house, I replaced the magenta, and on the green house, I replaced the lime green. So I like it. It adds a little bit of a highlight to it. It kind of adds more variation. You know, before you just kind of had a slightly lighter color, and that's what I was kind of using them for, is sort of a highlight towards the top. But this just it does a lot more for the building. I think what I might do is maybe adjust these buildings a little bit so that there's even more bone block towards the top, because there's really not much along here. The lighthouse, I think, looks pretty cool. But I think the best part about this is this means we now have 3 more colors to play around with the houses. So each house is going to look a little bit more unique. Because what I was doing before was I had 3 pairs of colors. I had the green and lime green, the blue, light blue, and then the purple and magenta. But now I could do, purple and white, the green and white, the blue and white, and then I could also do light blue and white, magenta and white, lime green and white, and just kind of have 3 more colors to add. And in fact, I'm going to hop over to my test world real quick, and I'll show you something that I worked out on there. So welcome to my test world. There's the 3 lighthouses that I've built so far on Castaways. Beautiful. Especially love that yellow one. Look at how nice that looks with the clear glass and the sea lanterns. I don't think it looks too bad. Like, you could definitely put that on like a jungle port. I think it'd be kind of cool. But anyways, so over here, these are some tests before I started working on my village, and this was the one that I liked the most. It was kind of based on another design that I had seen that someone else did. So I changed it up a little bit when I actually built it on the server. And I think the main thing is they're not as grandiose. Most of them, they have like some windows, but they don't have like such a, they don't come out quite as far as this. They don't come out like several blocks with different layers, and I didn't do any of this like logs around the side. That was in the design that I was basing mine off of. But if you have something like that, that looks really cool, where you actually have, almost three distinct floors, where the main or the middle floor is your color, and then the top floor is the nice white. So I might try and adjust them a little bit to create more space on top to put the white, but yeah, I think that should look pretty cool. I'll see what I can do. I'll play around with it. But anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed another episode of Castaways. We'll see you next time. Make sure to follow me on Twitch, because I have been doing a lot of this work that, a lot of this stuff that I've been updating you on the video, I was actually working on on the streams. So make sure to follow me on Twitch so you can kind of see some of that work as it's done. But anyways, I hope you have enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Goodbye, peoples.